What a day, what a beautiful moment. Let me drink a bit of 12 years old Tobermory just for celebrating, you know, just for celebrating this moment. This is the latest model, PRS 594 gold top, single cut gold top. What a beauty. I tell you what, folks, what a beauty. It deserves a bit of 12 years old single malt Scotch Tobermory whiskey. You know what? This gold top, mamma mia, one of my favorite colors. What a timeless beauty. Guys, please support my work, support my art by sending me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Yeah man, what a timeless beauty. Look at the back. look at the back, just one piece, big chunky mahogany body, no white relief, no chambering. It's not a two-piece center joint, this is one piece, big chunky wood with a big chunky neck. That is one piece too. What a guitar, what a moment, and hope you enjoyed the sound. You know what, this is probably the simplest signal chain in the history of YouTube guitar videos, because the guitar just straight into this Rivera Clubster 55 Royal. What a bloody awesome amp as well. So I think this moment when I get this quality gear here, you know, these days deserve a bit of whiskey. So let's go through this beautiful guitar. Let's see the details. Let me tell you everything I know about this beautiful instrument. So this is, as I said, this is the latest model 2020-2021 PRS 594 single cut model. So one piece mahogany body, no weight relief, no chambering, one piece mahogany neck, and a very dark, ultra dark rosewood fretboard. It looks ebony to me. I had to double check it. but no, this is rosewood, but very highly graded. I think 5A graded rosewood, because it's dark as nothing else. It has a beautiful rosewood overlay veneer on the headstock as well. It has these vintage style tuners. The previous series of the 594 guitars got those open back machine heads. I don't know how did they call it, like phase 3 machine heads or whatever they called it, but they changed it just to have even more vintage sound. So they definitely try to get close to the 59 Les Pauls as possible, as it's possible. So they even changed the tuning pegs, because these got the same sound, even closer. What I don't understand though is this has these brass Paul pieces, while the Les Paul never had brass. Brass is a highly musical metal, so it definitely adds something special to the character of the guitar. The original 59 Les Pauls didn't have brass in the tuner machine heads, but this has. What is a big advantage is to this guitar comparing to a Les Paul is the string break angle. On the PRS guitars, this break angle is just minimal, while on the Les Paul guitars the strings come more to the side, so they have much more break angle here, and that's one of the main reasons why Les Pauls don't keep the tuning as well as a PRS guitar. These are just fantastic. These guitars were born in tune. That's how I call these things. I've got a custom 24 what I use with my very Santana band, and I just play a complete show, and I just play a complete rehearsals, 3 hours with tremolo playing and everything, and next day it's still in tune. So these PRS guitars are really highly fucking amazingly designed, because they hold tuning like nothing else on the market, and this is true for these guitars as well. So if you're a Les Paul fan but you annoyed of the tuning stability, you should definitely try one of these. This is bloody amazing. So there's no break angle here, so that's why this tuning stability is better. It has bone nut like all vintage guitars. It comes to so the neck is nice and chunky as all the historic Les Pauls. If you want that warm, very warm Les Paul sound, what you could hear from the recordings where people played on vintage Les Pauls, you need a big chunky neck. That's as simple as that. You won't get warm Les Paul sound from a teeny weeny small neck. You need big chunk of wood here that really affects the whole balance of the guitar. It affects the resonation of the guitar, it affects the sound of the guitar. The neck of a guitar really, that's the starting point of the sound, you know, and it really matters how chunky the wood is. So this is nice and chunky, very comfy, to be honest. It's, I don't know how did they call it, maybe they call it pattern regular or whatever. So this is not a teeny weeny neck, but this is not baseball bat style R7 R8 neck as well. So this is much tinier. This is, I think, maybe based on the 59 Les Pauls. I'm not entirely sure because I don't have a 59 reissue here at the moment, but it's very comfy for me. I can play on it all day long, and I don't think it's a problem. So yes, so it has this pattern regular neck. It has big massive stainless steel frets, what really helps bending the strings. Obviously in this price range, when we talk about guitars in this price range, especially PRS guitars in this price range, they are fretwork, fretboard edges, binding on the neck, everything is just second to none, 10 out of 10. It's not possible to do it better. This fretwork is absolutely perfect, and the fretboard edges as well, and the whole neck shape and the neck finish, and this is the industry stand. This is the, not the standard, but this is the top of the industry, I think. It has the beautiful bird inlays, so this doesn't have the contouring around them. These, maybe they call it old school birds, I'm not 100% sure. On my custom 24s, they, around the mother of pearl inlay, they have a little white contouring that even emphasizes the chunkiness. They make the look of these inlays bigger, but these nice and tiny. So these are proper mother of pearl inlays instead of the plastic, how do they call it, pearloid inlays what you get on a Les Paul. You know, even on the most expensive historic Les Pauls, or even on the original 59 Les Pauls, you get the pearloid plastic inlays instead of proper mother of pearl like these. These are beautiful, absolutely. You can tell all look completely different, and they look different as the light gets them from different angles. So yeah, it has the nice binding around the neck as a good old Les Paul. Also, what I really dig, if we carry on analyzing the instrument, I really dig that the pickup rings the color of the pickup rings is the same as the neck binding and the nut and the tuners. So small little details, I really dig them. On very expensive Gibson guitars you don't get this sort of attention to details, unfortunately, and these pickup rings are perfectly done, so you don't see a big gap. They don't change angle, and they won't increase the gap between the pickups like I just had a 335 here, where the pickup ring started not melting, but it started a bit of deformation, so I could squeeze my guitar pick in between the pickup and the pickup ring. That is also very fucking low quality, cheap plastic. While these ones are very, very sturdy, very perfect size as well. Beautifully covered the pickup from the side. So the pickups are the 58, whatever, how do they call them, 5815 LT low turn Alnico 5, I think. So 5815 low turn Alnico pickups, beautiful sounding ones. I mean, I think these are the closest to an original 59 PAF sound. There are some YouTube videos where people compare these pickups, these latest model, with the TCI. I don't know what the fuck is that mean. So in 2020 PRS started producing these TCI pickups. These are very close, very close to an original PF. Yeah, there are some videos on the internet where some big name folks compare these pickups to original 59 Les Paul, and you fucking can't tell the difference. So yeah, these are very close to the original or identical, and you get this from 2020. I think that the previous models didn't have these TCI treatments, while these one have. So this is a one big upgrade. And the other big upgrade what happened in 2020 on these guitars is the nitro finish. They call it nitro overlay or something with nitro cellulose, what you didn't get before. Before that they call it V12 finish. I never had any issue with those. Those were great guitars. I used to have the previous model. I used to have a 2019 model which had the V12 finish, and my only complaint was the thickness of the finish on the back of the neck, so it was a bit cold, a bit unfriendly. While these new finishes got this nitro overlay, these definitely friendlier, more vintage, more antique. And obviously these are going to age fantastically like an old Les Paul or any of those historic Les Pauls. So this has now the nitro finish what's going to crack, and you know, it's going to look even more antique over the years. So the two-piece bridge, this has these brass saddles. you didn't get you didn't get these on the 59 Les Pauls or on the historic sounds. So big chunky brass saddles and this interesting looking stop tail here with a big brass screw as well. I like the fact that they use brass as much as possible. Brass is a highly musical metal, you know. There's a reason why trumpets and saxophones and all those instruments made out of brass, or even snare drums, things like this, because it has this fantastic musical quality. And so you get a 59 Les Paul based guitar with a few little tweaks that you get as an extra. Also, you get the push-pull on both pickups, so this has a nice single coil sound, but I never tried, I never used. I'm not a big fan of single coil sounds on a Les Paul style guitar. I haven't even tried to be honest, but you get them as an extra. They sound more like P90, to be honest. Now you can't expect proper single coil sound, proper Fender Stratocaster or Telecaster kind of style sound, because obviously the complete build of the guitar different, the tone wood is different, and more importantly the scale length is different, so you won't get a Strat or Tele kind of sound from these pickups, but you can. It's a good experiment. Lot of extra sound you get with these. What else? So as I said, weight-wise, yeah, it's not a lightweight guitar. Definitely, it's around. I think it's around 9 pound easily. So the same. I think it's the same weight as most of the historic Les Pauls or the heritage Les Pauls or all these guitars. You can't get lower weight LP style guitar. If you use one big chunky mahogany and the one big chunky mahogany neck too, so they are going to have their weight. So this is the fact. You get big warm chunky sound from a heavy guitar. Yes, so I'm very happy with it. This is a perfectly built instrument. Obviously I went through it many times. And another interesting thing, the binding here is beautiful maple, so it's a maple wood binding instead of the cheap plastic what other guitar manufacturers use. So even the wood, even the binding is flame maple, which is very nicely done. Obviously it's just fucking perfectly done. You can't see any problems with them. Yeah, there's absolutely zero thing on this guitar. If I think PRS guitars are PRS guitars is the champion of quality control. You won't get better quality guitars than these nowadays. They are just perfect. You can't see any issues with them. Sometimes that's people's problem. Sometimes people complain about it. They complain about the clinicals or too clinical. So these guitars are. That's true. But because this has this nitro finish, this is going to start aging properly. So it's a bit easier to make it yours. You know, it's easier to bond with it because it's a bit friendlier than the previous examples of these guitars where they use that thicker finish, or not thicker but a bit unfriendlier finish. This is very friendly. This is nice and warm, the whole guitar. And even if I play without plugged in, it's not plugged in at the moment, it's beautiful. Have a listen. Overtone champions. This guitar produces so much overtones. Hope you can hear it through this little microphone. It's just like a flute, It just, you play a note and the different notes just coming out from the wood, from the build quality of the instrument. It's bloody awesome. Hope you can hear it, guys, and hope it goes through the YouTube compression and all these things. You just hit here, you hit a note without even the amplification, and the overtone is almost as loud as the original tone. It's bloody amazing. Have a listen again. So long sustain, lot of overtones that go through the pickups, through the amp, through the recording. You know what? This is a fantastically built instrument. I didn't see. It would be an interesting experiment taking this pickup out and checking the neck joint. You know, that's one of the magical thing with Les Pauls. I think that's the key secret of the Les Pauls, how they put the neck into the body with those long neck tenon joints. That is a key factor of the transition from the neck to the body, and I think this is perfectly done. I haven't seen it. I didn't take this pickup out. Probably I won't, but these a lot of overtones, and because the notes here, so on a cheaper guitar, when you play a note here, so these notes usually are louder than the notes here because of the neck joint, and on the cheaper guitar, when it's not built properly, the notes here in this section sound very teeny-weeny, very, you know, they just lose the attack, they lose the sustain, they lose the volume, while on this guitar I think the notes here sound as loud as here, but here in this section they produce fantastic overtones as well, so the sustain just fucking sings out from this instrument. And overtones here as well. Fucking beautiful, so fucking well designed, very well built instruments these are. So PRS 594 Gold Top 2020 model with nitro finish and with the TCI pickups, and so this is the second run, so this is even more upgraded than the first 594 series. What a fucking beautiful instrument. Congratulations, Paul Reed Smith guitar, Mr. Paul Reed Smith, who is, I think, the Steve Jobs. He is the Steve Jobs of the guitar industry. Everyone at the PRS Factory, you guys deserve a bit of whiskey from Rolly. Rock and roll. Guys, please support my work, support my art by sending me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Bye bye.